models and then we photographed it because we wanted to show people what the future would be like, not just talk about it. Did you it doesn't really allow for it that well. The air conditioning's not so good in here. And we're archiving all his work right now, and we have over 4,000 blueprints and drawings. So he's really prolific in all different things. And they're not just pretty pictures, it's not just the outside, but when he does the sketches, he does the sketches of how the thing will go together and what the factory would be like that makes them as well. So this is something for someplace like Africa. He would make canalways through the continent, and you can even divert water off of it and use it for recreation. But you would use this and bring this structure automatically over the canal and lay it down. And this would be evaporative condensation. The sun would hit this and it would evaporate the salty water, and it would just automatically divide. And you catch all the brine here and you catch all the clean water someplace else. And moving freight on the canals, it's the most efficient way, the cheapest way in terms of using resources. So he would make these parts in dry docks. That's where they make boats. They kind of vacuum out the water, and they have an area where they put a dam, and they build the boat, and then they unleash the dam. And this would be a catamaran. You bring the water in, and then you just float it to wherever you're going. And you use 1 pound of water, 1 pound of pressure to move 1 ton of weight. And you would just move these over here, and these would be the research centers. And this is a device using high-powered laser to shape the canal, or shape a road, or shape it any way that you want to. It would morph into different shapes. And it would kind of melt the soil into obsidian, which is a very, very hard surface. So you don't need people digging roads, and you don't need a lot of labor. Everything he designs is so it would be automatic. You want to free people from going to work. You know, the first thing you can do is put a woman behind the counter. What can I do for you, ma'am? You know, people come in, you're waiting, all these salespeople waiting for people to come in to sell them something. You know, it's awful, it's a waste of life. You know, doesn't teach people anything. So over here are some of Jacque's designs that he did 60, 70 years ago. But these are some of my models that he taught me on about 37 years ago. And he started doing aircraft when he was young. So he started thinking about things in 3 dimensions. So he brought all that thinking into other things that he did, like automobiles, houses, boats, everything. And it's different than most people who just design aircraft or just design boats. That's why he thought of a lot of things before a lot of other people did. And the things that he used to talk about are the things that you see coming out on Popular Science many years later, that he used to show me these sketches and everything. You'd always see him coming out later. It's just because he brought many different fields to whatever he was working on. He's a multidisciplinarian. But this is a helicopter, and this is a different version. And I'll show you this more so on the other side, but the jets are on the outside, and the middle stays stationary. All of his aircraft are very fair, like the Shark influenced him a great deal. The Shark's been around a long time, and it was very good for its environment, well designed. So are alligators. But, and you're beginning to see planes that look like this today, but he used to design those in the 1930s, 1940s. These are just different house structures and building structures, but these are different automated systems that we use to show kids how things could be automated in the future. And some of the videos we did, we'll show you a 12-minute video when we get back. But these are space stations. But oddly enough, he's not really in space. He's not in space at all. He thinks we need to work our problems out here on Earth first before we go out into space. Because sure as hell, we're going to be having nuclear weapons going around out there. It's like we're giving infants machine guns. You know, we need to be able to work together, join the countries together, and work in a joint venture, and then go out into outer space as one nation, not as people that compete with one another. So this would be something he would put into outer space before we even go to the moon. We went to the moon not because of some great scientific venture, but because we were competing with the Russians. And he would have never just had people go out there without having backups of safety devices, and all these would be different storage systems for if anything went wrong. This would automatically come out itself, maybe out there if you need it. But they didn't have any of those positions. So these are some different types of architecture. I'm just going to put this down for the noise. This is a double dome that you'll see up there. These are some models that we made. This is a triple dome. This is kind of what the building looks like, how it's reinforced in there, but it also has 2.5-inch tubes all around, the major structure, and then a bunch of rebars. So this is really very strong. Today we flush 40% of our clean drinking water down the toilet, and they say conserve water. They say put a brick in the toilet or flush after every third piss or something. You know, they don't have any answers. But Jacque came up with these a long time ago. In the homes that would be modular, and we'll show you some more shapes in the other building and how diverse the shapes are. It's not just domes he wants to do. But you'd also have modular pieces of bathrooms and kitchen units that would just snap in. And you can pick, you might pick from 25 or something, but the water would come out through like a ribbon, and if you'd use less water and you'd cut the soap off your hands that way. And then the excess water you'd store in the shower wall, and then you'd flush the toilet with it. So, you know, and this was a very efficient type of structure for low-cost countries, or, I mean, underdeveloped countries, or the United States, a lot of people who were not living in homes. So,
Roxanne,
yeah.
how long did it take you to build these buildings, roughly?
These buildings?
Yeah.
We never took out a mortgage. So we just, when we got the next job, we bought some more concrete or something, or we bought some plastic for the windows. So it's really hard to say how long it took, but we started in 1980, and we stopped building when I lost my work, which is the mortgage crisis, 2008.
But without delays, any idea ballpark? A year ago, 6 months?
Well, we would do it with a mold. This is hand tool. This is not the way to go. So if we were doing it for the cities, we would have a mold, and you can lay them like eggs every few minutes. You could pull off houses.
Right.
And that's the whole idea of the Venus Project, is how do you house, feed, clothe people? You know, people think, oh, Jacque cities, they're not individualistic, or they don't look whatever like today's cities. Well, today's buildings are monuments to architects' ego. They don't have any overall planning to take care of people's needs. And you don't think that way in a monetary system, because this system is very different, just to keep selling things and turning them out. So in Jacque's, well, I'll go over the city when we get over there. But Jacque will go over nitinol or memory metal. And there'd be memory, you have to remember, there's going to be memory metal in these outer structures of this building, and if there's any sway, it would keep it back together. It would right itself. But he'll show you what the memory metal is when we get back there. It's called nitinol. These are other aircraft that Jacque designed. And you're beginning, this is like 65, 70 years ago, but you're beginning to see these on science fiction movies and things like that. But this is a nice one, I think. The turbines are in the middle, and it goes up straight, and then when it gets up, it goes forward. These are just to show kids that it started way before the Wright brothers. The Wright brothers read other people's books, and hundreds of people that died, like Jacque was talking about, when they put up strapped on wings and tried to flap, and they literally jumped off the Eiffel Tower and died. But so then they devised, you know, making the wings larger, and then making a rudder, which came from the fishing people, you know. So it just slowly and serially develops. There's no one great man like the Wright brothers didn't develop flight. There was a lot of people that died before that. So this is just to show kids that when kids try something and it doesn't work, you have to understand that you might try a lot of things.